Hey folks, how you doing? It's me again, Mike, and I'm here to take part in the A to Z film project that just got started up this past week. And I'm sorry I'm so late with my entry for the letter A. It's been kind of a strange week, but I'm going to try to be a little more prompt. It's almost time for letter B. And anyway, before I show you the film that I picked, I want to say how much I appreciated three of my YouTube friends talking about All About Eve, which is one of my favorite films of all eternity. I love this movie so much, and it was a joy to hear people talking about it and giving their first impressions. James, DVD collector, 1974, Ian, aka Forkerball, and Dave K. They all watched this movie for the first time and talked about it, and it was fascinating hearing what everybody had to say. And I'm kind of envious in a way because there's only one time that you see a film for the first time, and you get all the surprises and all the things that you're not expecting. And there are a lot of surprising things in All About Eve in the course of the story. So you can savor a film the 10th, 20th, and in my case probably 40th time that you've seen it. You can always savor it and enjoy it, but you never see it again for the first time. So it was fascinating to hear what you guys had to say, and really enjoyed it. Okay? So All About Eve was, excuse me, the best picture of 1950. Now the best picture of 1949 was this film, All the King's Men, starring Broderick Crawford as a man named Willie Stark, who rises up from a very poor rural existence and becomes the governor of his state and becomes very powerful. And it's as much a character study of this man and the people around him as it is anything else. And Broderick Crawford gives a great performance. He has to be the ultimate tough guy actor that ever lived. He could make Humphrey Bogart look like a choir boy. He just has the look, he has the voice, he's got the physique, he's got the big face. I mean, he's really one of a kind. And he won Best Actor for this film. And there was also a Supporting Actress Award for Mercedes McCambridge, who was making her first film. Prior to that, she had been an actress on Broadway and a radio actress. In fact, she was called by Orson Welles the greatest radio actress of all time. And she has that incredible voice, a very distinctive voice. And of course, those of you who love The Exorcist know that she played the voice of the demon in that film. This is when she was just starting out, and she's really wonderful in it. It also stars John Ireland, it stars Joanne Drew, Anne Seymour, Shepard Strudwick, and a very young John Derek, who plays the adopted son of Willie Stark and his wife, played by Anne Seymour. And he starts out trying to run for county treasurer. Now, the state that he lives in is never named. It's actually, the story is based on a novel written by Robert Penn Warren of the same name, and it's inspired by the life of Huey Long, who was the governor of Louisiana and later senator, and he was assassinated. And I've never read that book, but I understand that it's a story about the corruption of power, the corruption of politics, and what happens to a man as he becomes more and more corrupt. And that's exactly what happens to Willie Stark. He starts out as an honest man, a truly honest man that wins so many people around him. They just start to believe in him and they adore him, and he gets a lot of support. And John Ireland plays a newspaper reporter from the city who is sent out to do a human interest story about this guy, and he becomes one of his followers. And Mercedes McCambridge gets in the act with two other men from the political machine of that state. They decide they want to use Willie Stark as a stooge in the race for governor. Their candidate is having trouble winning the backwoods vote. And what they want to do is split that vote between Willie Stark and another man so that their candidate can be swept in by the urban vote. So that's their ploy. And they go to him saying, you're going to be the next governor of the state, and they treat him like a king, and he really trusts them and believes them. They give him speeches to give which are pedantic and boring, and he just he presents them in a way that kind of drives people away from him, and he's getting very discouraged. And then he eventually finds out that he is a stooge. Once he finds that out, all of a sudden a fire is just lit inside of his head, and he throws away the canned speeches and he just starts speaking from his heart. And that's when he really starts to get a lot of support. Oh, by the way, he also had studied at night to be a lawyer. So he is a practicing lawyer, and he's been trying to help the underdog. So he runs for governor and doesn't win. But when the election is over, he says, now I know how to win. And he's decided he's going to run again in 4 years. What he meant by knowing how to win is he knows all the tricks. So basically, he becomes his own machine. He gets those people from the machine who were going to use him. All of a sudden, they're working for him. John Ireland is working for him. And he just becomes, well, unfortunately, a very typically corrupt politician. And to watch this man, to watch his downfall, when there are so many people around him who still believe in him and want to believe that he is the man that he was in the beginning, that he's being honest, it's a really painful thing to watch. And he is he's not a one-dimensional character. He has a lot of conflict inside of his head, but he just can't help his quest for power. And it's a fascinating film. So I would like to recommend that to everybody. I don't want to tell you all the details because there are a lot of surprises in this film too. It's very good. It's very well done. And to me, the acting honors go to Mercedes McCambridge. She is absolutely fascinating to watch. Now, there's never been anybody else like her in films. The voice, her presence, just her stature, the way she has command of every scene she's in. It's almost impossible to watch anybody else when she's in a scene. So, okay. Anyway, that's my A film. And I will try to get back with the B film early next week. All right? Okay, thanks for watching.